third battle where I was like, oh, I'm really good at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, I went into it like, I don't got time for a free hobby.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm older, right? If it ain't paying
Yeah.
bills or whatever.
Yeah. Yo, we back. Another episode of Almost a Pod. It's your boy Geechi Gotti. I got my handsome co-host.
Big bag.
Jazz the rapper in the building. I love these calls Jazz in the building. Y'all know what's going on. And we got another special guest. You know what I'm talking about? Another one of the greatest battlers to step foot in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Whether y'all want to give him his credit or not, we gonna give him his flowers when he up here with us.
All
man.
facts.
We talking every year he in that top 10 of that Cody.
Every year, first of all, the last 2 years he been one over me. I'm pissed.
Come on, every year he going crazy, battling back to back to back, giving y'all 5 performances. You dig what I'm saying? Coming off battles of the year, coming off amazing performances. One of the Midwest's very own. A-Ward is in the building.
Thank you for having me.
You
Thank
already
you.
know, you already know, you know what I'm saying? We didn't cue the song.
Sorry.
It's all
But
right.
we gon'
What is that, Doug?
that wasn't your song.
That was just Doug.
That's just Doug.
Come on, see? You gotta know what we doing.
I know the song, but I thought that was a song.
Doug ain't no Doug. You
Yeah.
My fault.
know what I'm saying?
That would have been a good one, too.
It would've been a good one, man. You feel me?
I'm terrible at picking out music anyway.
We got A-Ward in the building, man.
What's
We've
up,
been
man?
keeping up with this theme of talking about this great card that has been announced. Apollo, Houston, we have a problem. And you guys were what the second announcement that like shook the culture up.
Third, it was third.
I said the second one that shook the culture up.
Me and Hollow shook the culture up.
Whatever. Why you stepping on my man's toes like that though?
Because you stepping on my
I'm
toes.
just saying though.
You tried to put me ahead of her again.
Again?
She just said.
I just said he's always one above me.
You're right. The third announcement that shook the culture up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, another one of them dope battles, though, people been asking for. This one I can kind of say sort of a grudge match because people been asking for this and YouTube had back and forth and things of that nature for a minute. New Jersey, Twork, and A-Ward is going down, man. How you feel about that matchup, man?
Man, I feel great, bro. I feel really good, man. I'm actually glad I'm battling Twork at the height of his career.
Yeah. You getting a good Twork right now. Like it ain't no question.
So, you know, when it was booked before, he was just choking and doing basically not taking anything serious. Now from a writer standpoint, there's a lot more to talk about back then. But now with him being at the height of his career, coming off like Body of the Year against Big K, coming off probably back to back 2 of his best years in the battle rap. So you want to catch people at those types of times.
Most definitely, man. We spoke on him being real impactful, one of the more impactful dudes in the culture. You know what I'm saying? I think people sleep on your impact as well, though. You know what I'm saying? You one of the guys who show people that you don't have to be on URL to make a big name and, you know what I mean? And have big battles, main event battles on multiple leagues, you know what I'm saying? And be one of the more talked about battlers, you know what I'm saying? So your impact as well, you know what I'm saying? Got to salute you on that. Do you feel like you the underdog going into this though, like because now Twork is back in his bag. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, based off like what he just did to Big K. We don't ever do this whole like transitive property of because you beat this person and they beat this person or whatever. But people know I lost to Big K. You know what I mean? Like so, like they're like going into it. It's kind of like Big K beat A-Ward and Twork bodied Big K. So I think I'm the underdog. But I mean, I don't think I'm like a supreme underdog. When I look online, everybody's just like 2-1 either what type thing or whatever. But he's just he's when he's on 100, he's the best ever in my opinion.
I like that.
So it's gonna be a tall task, and
I like that one, man. In Houston is going down. You feel like that's a fair shake?
Yeah. Neutral playing field. On TBL, I think that's really, really dope. Every time it's tried to be booked before, it's been on URL. Y'all might have hit me for the ride maybe once. But for the most part, it's always been a URL battle. But that's just kind of like the culture is shifting. You know what I mean? And I think when people talk about like my impact or whatever, like they don't realize like, man, there was a time where year after year, I was like, listen, contracts ain't this. As long as you're battling somebody, like it counts wherever you're battling them. You know,
you
like you
can,
you know what I mean. And so, and now we're in a world where you know, battles count everywhere.
Everywhere now. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, people are going away from the contract, so they're taking pride in like you ain't got.
How you feel about that though? Because there was a time when people used to be like, man, you ain't this year ain't crazy. Now you looking at it like some of the same battlers that talk crazy to you. Now they doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they looking at me like you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, you know, like all right, cool, maybe you a little more popular or whatever. But it's just like, yo, I always stuck to that. Like I always stuck to like, listen, I'm gonna carve out like my path, my legacy the way I want to, you know, and not only that, the battling all the time, you know, the battling back to back. Now we battling back to back to back. You know, I was doing that back in 2018, 2017. You know,
still doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And so yeah, you know, I just think that, you know, those are just some of the things that with me being older coming into the culture, you got to remember my first battle I was 29. Like I wasn't. Everybody's like the rookie. They always think I'm a young dude. You know. But like being older and just business, you know, understanding that, like I had a certain way I wanted to do it. And I remember 2017 or 2018, no, 2017, I battled 3 times that year. King of the Dot only put me on twice. And I looked back and was like, nah,
I could do that.
So you started battling at 29. What year was that?
2015.
All right. So in 2015, let me ask you, do you remember who was your top 5 battle rappers in 2015?
Oh, at the time or ever?
Ever.
Yeah, it was Lux, Hollow, Bill Collector.
Oh,
and then probably Pat Stay and I'd probably go, might have been Chilla.
Okay.
Yeah, Chilla.
Now, fast forward 10 years later, top 5 ever.
Top 5 ever now. Pat Stay, Loaded Lux, Nitty is in there. T-Rex, and I'd probably say somebody Hitman.
I like that Rex pick. A lot of people leave Rex out, man, in those top 5s. And Rex been putting on for a long time.
And that's what I think Rex did. You know, like he was the one active. He was the one like me, like battling all the time while the two set up there and you know kind of waited. And so like I always appreciate. Like,
did you ever think you'd be battling this long?
Yeah. It was like my 3rd battle where I was like, oh, I'm really good at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, I went into it like, I don't got time for a free hobby. Like I said, I'm older, right? If it ain't paying bills or whatever. So I just told myself, like, I'm going to get my, like, 3 or 4 battles, and if I'm not making money,
then I'm good.
I'm good, cool. You know? And so by, like, my 3rd or 4th battle.
My first time I got paid was my 4th battle.
Yep, that's St. Mike battle. And then I was like, you know, I seen how people were, I was like, yo, I'm actually really good at this. You know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah. I assume that, you know, I would be able to. Now, a lot of other intangibles go into staying relevant. That is difficult to overcome. You know what I mean? So there are those years where I'm not on URL or I'm getting, you know, cyber bullied or, you know, like by people like he ain't nothing, he ain't, you know, whatever. And you gotta overcome some of that kind of stuff or whatever and like make sure the performance keep you. You know? So there's been some difficult years.
I was gonna say, how difficult is that though, year after year, to turn down URL contracts and things like that when a lot of battlers like that's their end goal. Like, I'm gonna give me a contract. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been this close? Have you ever been this close?
I've been real close. I mean, I signed a contract when I was supposed to battle Twork, you know, because it was supposed to be the first battle or whatever. But I'll tell you this much: the first like 3-4 years was tough.
Yeah.
After that, the mystique of not being on URL became cooler.
Than
battling on URL for just a bucket list type thing.
You started weighing the
now I'm
like,
this is all they always talk about. Like this keeps you talked about. Like the one dude who didn't need it. You know, because the minute I do it, all of that
it goes away now.
Boom.
So if I do it, it needs to make sense. Now I got
like everything we always talked about can end at a debatable with T-Top on Nexus. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, shout out to T-Top and shout out to
shout
Nexus.
out to y'all. But I'm just saying, like, you know, like, so you just gotta be mindful of, and that's why I've always just been so like, nah, like my intro to URL, like I want to be stinging the rafters. I want to come down off of a zip cord and land in the middle of the stage.
We waited a long time for this. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
I want to make it a moment, you know. And I'm like, yo, so like, I don't think you should rob battle rap of that if somebody's created something that could be that, you know, like that crowd pop of like, you know, boom, surprise battle or whatever it is, you know.
I think honestly, I feel like you've done so much that if you were to debut on URL now, it wouldn't have the same effect as it would have 5 years ago. Because
I think the matchup matter though.
Yeah.
I
if
feel
he
like
debut against somebody making a return,
I feel like if him and Twork was on URL
that would be
in
big.
2025, I feel like it still would be the same as TBL.
Because we're
so used to seeing you now,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
like we know what you do. We're very familiar with you. We either a fan of you or we're not at this point. We don't have to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I just think you debuting on URL will be a thing. Like, oh shit, he's debuting. But I just think 5 years ago it would have been like, oh shit.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
you
if it was
battled
I think if it was Summer Madness, it would be a little bit bigger. Like if it was the event matters, right? If they popped up and it was Summer Madness, and all of a sudden you saw the trailer drop, and it was
if you and Geechi trilogy got announced for Summer Madness, it would be
battling Shine on the return, crazy,
something like that.
Do you know how much battles you have?
I think it's like 115.
Damn.
Which is actually sad because I was thinking about I got paid after my third battle. I started getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about getting paid, let's just say over like $500 to $1,000, 100 something times, and then you say, "Where did all that go?"
No, for real. Damn.
We were talking about it.
You look back like
out of all the places you've battled, because I've been some places that I never thought I'd be just from hosting.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the places you battled, where would you say was a place that you would have never saw yourself even traveling to?
Yeah. Well, okay. So like just like a weird place, or just like wow, I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Weird,
So Brisbane, Australia is the.
You went to Australia, mate?
Yep.
Damn.
That's fire.
Yeah. And I ate like a kangaroo burger in Australia.
That's fire. Damn, I'm hungry.
Yep.
That's fire.
Yep. So Brisbane, Australia is like that. Like I mean.
Yeah.
Not many people in life can say they were on a plane for 16 hours, left Tuesday morning and got there Thursday night.
For a battle rap, for their career, but something they love to do too.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all ever had to deal with this, but I have. People like for the longest time still thought like I was paying the battle. You know what I mean? So they're like, I mean, is it really worth it going all the way to Australia? I had to like tell them like, yo, like no,
I'm getting paid.
Yes. Even I think when I battled Nitty and we split the money, that the people that seen that were just like casual, like people that know me thought that was like all I did, like battle to win to get the money. So I would still get questioned that like so man, how much you get if you win this one?
Yeah.
Like it's already there. I don't know whatever the fuck contract's in. I don't know what it was. Like whatever I decide, like everything ain't a tournament. So I used to get that a lot. Like after that battle, be like, man, what they giving you after this one, man? Like how much is it? It's on the line. Like
you're like, nah, we get paid for this, bro. We get paid when I lose. I go up there. I go up there and fuck up.
They just pay you, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, weird wise, like Thunder Bay, Canada, probably.
I'm sorry?
Thunder Bay, Canada. It's a small area in Canada. I think it's one of like the Hell's Angels stops. Like when they like, and I ended up in the middle of the battle. Joey Gambello went over and knocked out some dude.
Yo, what?
Shout out my guy, Joey.
Because
Gambello,
the league booked a club. Mm-hmm. But the club was still having the club, you know what I mean? So we was just on the dance floor battling while people coming in getting their VIP sections. So now these like the common people are just like trolling.
Unruly.
And so we battling, and I guess it was like a white dude said something racist or whatever, and Joey Gambello, he was completely with all of it.
Hold down the battle rap, you know what I'm saying?
So that's different.
He knocked dude out, so I end up finishing the battle and redoing it in the hotel room. And so we battled right by the queen size bed in the in the Ramada. Pause.
Yeah, whoa.
Like 17 people crammed into a hotel room.
You know what?
Hey, the things you do for battle rap.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I want that second half. I needed that second half.
Yeah. Where we got to get this done at, man? 'Cause I ain't do it without it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Parking lot right here. Turn the light. I remember when I battled one of my early on battles. It was the same way. I battled Yak the Ripper. That was when Norris ran into me. That was his first time seeing me battle. We battled in the club. It was the same way. The bartender just being loud. They clinking glasses. They like, damn, y'all didn't know we supposed to be battling this way. They letting regular people just come in through the door and just party. So by the time it was time for me to battle, they like tripping like, man, y'all gotta go. Everybody outside. So we all outside. We had no lights. Everybody had to pull their cars up and turn their head beams on, and it looked like some shit off Fight for New York Def Jam.
Nah, I'm crying. Take it back to the essence.
On the real, man. Sometimes those make for better battles, though. You know,
Great stories too, man. I remember the guy I was battling. His name was DP the Mercenary, and he wore like a whole like Venom suit, like a zip up hoodie with the matching pants, and he was just outside in it all day. And I'm like, I'm a freestyler. There ain't no way in hell you just put on this whole outfit. So luckily I didn't really have to use my rounds. I could freestyle about.
Nah, for sure. Freestyling though. Also,
like you did to
Great Britain.
Oh my God, I had a hosting in Pontiac in August, and he was on a car versus Great Britain.
Yeah.
What he had on?
Like some pink sweater with pink ripped jeans.
And this man whole first round was about his outfit. He scrapped his first round.
I'm just on you
and
now.
just freestyle. Y'all need to watch that on YouTube, bro.
But that's like, y'all are in tune with being an entertainer. We've been there like 5 hours, right? Mm-hmm. We all wanted to leave. And
it was in a baby shower venue.
Yeah, and so like at that point in time as an entertainer, I'm like, man,
people.
I gotta give them something that's gonna have some fun and make it fun and lighthearted and everything for everybody. Like if I just go in here and rap my raps, it's like so I kind of do that just for the crowd too. It's like sometimes I'll do stuff like that. So
and that's dope too. You know what I'm saying? Because I think some people that's why I always give the extra credit sometimes when I see dudes freestyle and rebuttal, because that's being mindful of like a lot of times people, like you say, been standing up, been going through it, ready to go, and that freestyle in the moment type of thing kind of like brings that life back to the like, damn, I was thinking that same shit. This nigga them dumbass pants. Glad he said something. Now I'm paying attention again instead of him just starting this round off talking about regular girl boys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me get into this. You know what I'm saying? Like freestyling in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like you one of the top dudes in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, has there ever been a time? You know what I'm saying? Where you was getting it, going through your material, and you like, man, like I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm finna say next, man. I'm just grabbing shit out the sky right now.
Like during a performance?
Yeah, during a performance, like like I'm just trying some shit.
Hope this cry.
Shit. Yeah, she said she couldn't do
like
that.
I don't think I've ever like technically choked in a battle, but I've blanked plenty times. Yeah. And the minute that happens, I have to make an executive decision. I go to the last 8 bars, something next thing I remember. And then guess what? While I'm rapping that, I'm gonna find out. And then I come back here and go here, you know what I mean? And so
that's crazy. When I know my rounds, I can think while I'm rapping. So I might think I'm rapping like, damn, if they don't react to this, I'm toast. Like I'll be saying shit like that in my head, but I would not be able to be thinking on the spot and thinking on the spot to get to my round. Yeah. Like that is crazy. Like how do you separate your brain to do that? Are you left-handed?
No.
Damn.
No.
I'm left-handed and can't even do that shit.
Blame it on him being left-handed.
Yeah, right. I'm left-handed and can't even do that shit.
It's gotta be because he's left-handed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I just programmed that way. I mean, I tell people all the time, the freestyling comes from like just roast battles in middle school and stuff, just trying to be quick with it and not get humiliated and embarrassed. And so while somebody's saying you in the face, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of the next joke or whatever. So it's just and it's just my ADD anyway. I'm just constantly able to like process all kinds of things.
I don't know, where was we? Where were we? And somebody picked you up, and I was in the backseat from the airport.
This is real vague.
And
been a lot of places.
Where was this? And you was supposed to battle, but he backed out, and you still offered to battle somebody else the next day.
He done did that a lot of times too.
Yeah. And where was we? I see it in my head. We picked you up from the airport, and I was hosting. Well, I say that to say you was in the car and you were not mind y'all, he wasn't battling anymore. Like it was clipped. He was still thinking of battle balls. Like as we're having a conversation, he's just putting words together. Like, bro, you don't get tired of this shit.
Nah.
So y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my friends and family do, but it's like I can't turn it off.
Yeah. Why?
I can't. I mean, if I do.
Once they say battles off, I'm good.
Yeah, nah.
It's time to get lit.
See, I'm not as bad as Sharon. Sharon still raps his rounds.
Where do we go
after the battle?
Where do we go to that spot? Where do we go to that spot? That ghetto ass spot. It was that event. Where was that?
It was in Atlanta.
Yo, they were serving stripping grits at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds like some Atlanta shit.
But in the nighttime, like
playing knuckle.
Yeah, that sounds like Atlanta.
They let us in the spot. It was no security or nothing.
Yeah,
it was lit in there though.
Yeah, it was. They had some good food too.
Bomb ass food.
Yeah, Street and Loso was on the card too.
Where was that?
It was Atlanta. I don't know what card it was.
Atlanta?
Though. Yep. I remember it was Atlanta.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, speaking of Street Hymns and Loso, great segue.
Yeah, man. See? Good segue.
Who do you think would be your toughest op out of the Horsemen?
Oops.
Oh, yeah, because it's Oops, Loso,
Saga,
Hymns, and
Street
Saga
Hymns.
right
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
Oops?
Huh. Nah, I really don't. I really never thought of that. I think they all do things very, very well. I would say Saga and Loso are you know, they're probably considered the better battle rappers. You know what I mean? Like Street Hymns has his style and he's got it's effective or whatever, but you're looking like a all-encompassing battle rapper. And Oops has his style, but you know, Oops gives you a round almost every battle because he has something else to talk about. So like as far as but Saga and Loso, you know, they're definitely the two guys that you have to like figure out how they're gonna angle you, you know, haymakers, all that kind of stuff. You know. So, you know, I think for me personally, Saga probably is the toughest. Just because there is the talking point with Saga that is you exist because I exist.
Oh, so
Right.
you're thinking of it more of what he can say to you.
Yeah.
What they
So
can say to you.
it don't have to necessarily be his skill set because I think I'm better than everybody in the world, right?
Fact.
Same.
Yeah. So it's like whatever group, whatever they always say, who's the best out of this group? And I'm like, I don't do that. I don't do that. I say I'm better than everybody. You know what I mean? And so but yeah, like the talking points like for Saga to just kind of like
That's true.
like, you know, be like, hey, young man. Yeah,
for sure.
You know?
But you predict that, so you'd be prepared for it.
Yeah, no. I mean, and that's just a testament to kind of the work that I do when I'm going into a battle, you know. So, yeah. So I've already got 3 rounds for all of them written, just in case, you know.
In case y'all get out of line, man.
Yeah.
Just in case y'all ready to, you know what I'm saying, test y'all pens, you know what I'm saying? Horsemen
Has
on Horsemen
anybody ever
violence.
tried to book any of y'all versus each other?
Not seriously, no. You know, me and Loso battle each other like 5 times a year.
Really?
Yeah. So, but that's like we go around the schools, battle for 2 rounds.
Right.
And,
I've seen some
Yeah.
clips.
But no, I don't think anybody's ever like seriously tried to book us.
Hey, battle rap leagues, battle rappers having leagues. Set it up.
That'd be dope.
like
That
to
would
see that.
definitely be dope. Like, before we get into the, you know, the trivia, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Definitely don't want to keep you all day. We want to get into this trivia with you. But like, I want to ask you this too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, you know, I mean, we know, everybody know you're a Christian battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? So, how difficult was it for you? You know what I'm saying? Because you somebody that do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and like you say, man, you're one of the best at it. But to see the reaction, how people were so like amazed that you finally cussed in a battle. Like, what was that like for you to come like you know what I mean? Like coming up like to make that decision because you knew it would be such a like oh he's did it like for you to finally say I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get that to y'all one time.
Well, you know, I mean, I always knew that I was gonna cuss.
Yeah.
I always knew I was gonna do that in a battle, like the
like
first year.
Yeah, I gotta do this.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm a Christian battle rapper,
Yeah.
like, you know, and it never. I don't want to get it too much into it, but I believe in cussing and cursing. I believe you can curse somebody with words, and that's you know, not edifying communication. That is like, you know, not godly, not righteous.
Most definitely.
I think cussing is just impolite.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so where I could say like, oh, I stepped in shit. I don't think God's like, sin. You know what I mean? You know, where if I'm just like, yo, you ugly, you know, or whatever. That's something.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, so I always knew that like, yo, there's gonna be a pop the first time that I cuss. You know what I mean? So I just kept it in the tuck. There was no reason to ever.
Had that card like.
But when you getting talked about at 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
till 2 p.m.,
Like, man, I
then a
gotta
15-minute break,
this, man.
but 69 straight days, you know, that's when I just said, you know what, like, I just also thought it was a good picture of just like what it is like to be a Christian.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you can get frustrated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's okay to show you're being a human and saying like, bro, I will put a gun to your head.
How many?
That's truthful, right?
How many different forms of cursing did you have before you chose that one?
You know, I had, you know, I think one with the B word in it. You know, I think I had, you know, because like shit, like that's not cussing. You know what I mean? Like I think I'm pretty sure Saga and Loso have said that. I've said it in the battles before. You know, damn. You know, anything. You know, even ass is in the Bible. You know what I mean? So it's like. You kind of got to make it, you know. And so you the best way to do it is put a Glock 40 on your bitch. You know what I mean? So it's like
insult, curse, violence.
Yeah.
What more could they want?
Yes.
Okay.
So you know, getting that pop, like I mean, for me, I knew that was going to get a great reaction, and it's people always like it's not even a punchline. You're right, it's not. but what we do doesn't always have to be a punchline. You know what I mean? It's entertainment, you know. And so, you know, like the Crown Vic line that shakes the building is a well written out creative type of punchline. So it's like, you know, I know I can get a pop regardless. But yeah, I'm just glad, man. I mean, listen, the fact he was putting his hair up, and I had my fingers on his forehead. He couldn't smack it down. And I didn't even know how long my arm was. You know, and it landed right. Like he was standing at the perfect spot. So, but nah, you know, I caught a lot of flack. You know, I mean, bro, I was a Christian artist before I battled. I caught a lot of flack battling. You know, inbox from pastors and people like, how you down there doing that? You know what I mean? So I caught a lot of flack from it, but at the end of the day, man, people are gonna support you because your heart, who you are, how you act, you know, your example, your character, you know what I mean, and none of that has ever been jeopardized by me saying, you know, Glock 40 on your bitch ass.
Definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about some of these Bible characters in this trivia we got today. We're gonna do trivia.
There's Mount Rushmore
Bible characters, and then I think EK got a few trivia questions for us after that or something. But so that's how we gonna end it.
Hey guys, it's Jazz. Make sure you join the Patreon or the YouTube as a member so you can get a new episode each and every Friday.